This is my first one actually, and I've been doing a little bit of Facebook once in a week, and I want to talk today about a little bit about business, entrepreneurship, and also investing. Okay, so I started in finances actually 12 years ago, and I remember it was 2008. I was in college actually for technology, and I got started in finances because at that time, if you are a millennial, you may still remember, but if you're younger than a millennial, you will not remember. But in 2008, there was this financial crisis. A lot of people lost their houses. The market went down and lost all the money. And before that, there was the globalization going on. That kind of like, I don't know exactly when it started, but probably got about like in the year 2000. And in that what it means was that the world was coming together. There were more connection. Internet was booming, and all of these things was going on. And I was in technology, and all the jobs for technology were being moved to other countries. So all these companies were like hiring technicians from India, Pakistan, and these other countries. So I'm always been a futurist. So I always look at where am I going? I'm in technology. There are no jobs. So what is gonna be my future? And at that time, I started actually like part time working with some financial advisors, and that's how I got started in finances. But I thought it was a wrong move for me to get started in finances at that time. I mean, a couple of months later, after I got started, I started learning a little bit about finances, and everything that I learned was that the market was going down. So people were losing their houses. So I was like, well, why? I left the other industry. I went into this industry. So it was tough, but I can tell you that year I learned the most about finances, especially investing, that ever again. And I was been waiting for years. I've been waiting for years to have opportunities of investing like at that time, because at that time I was just starting. I didn't understand investment. I didn't have enough money to invest, and so I've been always waiting. And one of the things that I learned through the years is that that's part of the economy. So I know that a lot of people are very sad because of everything that is going on. I just want to give a different message. Because everybody's talking about what's going on outside. But while people are worrying, which, if you have your family, you have to take care. We've been staying in our home for about 4 weeks, a month. We started right away, also because we wanted to make sure that we take care of our team. So we close our office and say we're going to work from home with our team and everybody. But we also have to be aware of that life keeps going. So there are things that we need to take care, and we still need to think about tomorrow. Okay. So more than ever, we got to think about the right now, the today. But that's something that we have to be thinking about always. And that tomorrow that we never thought about is today. And some people didn't save enough money. I can't believe we're in the richest country in the world, but some people didn't save enough money, were not positioned to stay 2 weeks, 3 weeks in their house. And unfortunately, there are some people that cannot be doing that right now. So I've been waiting for this time. And one of the things that I realized is that when everything is going wrong, most people in our society, because we don't get educated, we don't see the opportunities. Okay, so what are the opportunities? Well, you know what? Remember when everything was okay and people have a lot of money? What they would do with that money? They would go and shop. Now they would go to the shopping mall. They would buy purse, clothing. So they were eating their money. They were dressing their money, and doing all of these things with their money. However, right now, there are opportunities to go and shop. but you can shop for companies. Instead of being the consumer, you can be the investor. Instead of going and shopping for a new iPhone, you can go and buy Apple. You can go and buy, instead of shopping at Amazon, you can go and own Amazon. And, and buying it at a discount rate, because that's what it is right now. So, those are the opportunities that you can have. And now, if you never invested, this is something new for you, then you're going to be scared. And that's fine to be scared. I felt like that back in 2008. But I was waiting for something that to happen, because it does happen. And now this thing about the virus, that's another thing that affected the trust, the confidence of the investors, and they started taking the money out. And that's why now you have discount, because they want the money. So now it's discounted that you can buy it. But this is something that happens in the economy typically every 7 to 10 years. And I've been teaching people people that I coach, that I train them about, you gotta do something. So the advice that most people get when it comes to their investing, let's say they have a 401k, they have investing and the market goes down, the advice that people get is usually don't take your money, leave your money there because the market is gonna go up, okay? That's not the right advice, because that's a general advice. And it might be true in many situations, but not in all situations. So when it comes to you, to your 401k, your investments, your money, you need to be able to have a personal financial plan or a personal investment plan. What does that mean? Well, it depends on your situation. I mean, if you keep some of that money in the certain investment that you have right now, it is possible there's still some risk that the market can go down even further and you can lose more money. Okay, so right now what you need to do is to rebalance if you have an investment. And if you don't have, like I said before, you have the opportunity to start buying, to start shopping this on a discount. So one of the companies that I bought, that was trading, was MGM, okay, Expedia. So the travel industry had been hit the most. So stocks on that went down like really fast. And so I took an opportunity and got some positions on MGM, and it went up. It went up actually, and in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it grew over 30%. So the other thing that, if you go back to my videos, one of the things that I learned through trial and error, but it's also better, I learned from other people that have more experience. It's always good to look at somebody else, what they have done, and model their behaviors, model their actions. And that's what I started doing. And one of the things that I realized, that people that are very successful in not just investing, but in business, in entrepreneurship, they have values, they have principles, and they have their own rules. And so in investing, for example, they have rules that they have a number, a percentage amount that they are willing to, that they want to make with their money. And even if they're making more than that, what they do is that they sell their investment, they keep their earnings, and they don't risk just because they want to be greedy and make more money. And then you can have a technical analysis, understanding everything in the investment, and that surely is going to help you as well. But if you have those rules, starting with the simple rules like that, and some simple rules for investing could be about like 12%, 15% is a little bit riskier. But let's say you start something and you say, hey, whenever I make that 12%, that 15%, then I'm going to sell my investment and just stick with whatever my earnings. And so, today I was deciding, do I, wait, maybe it's going to go up more, but I may pass what were my rules, which is a 12%, 15% a year. And these ones that I have, that particular one made over 30% in 3 weeks. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell that. And then if the market goes down again, I'm going to buy them to keep them, because it is a good long-term opportunity as well. But, you need to take the opportunity also as it comes. Now, in order for you to take opportunities, and that's one of the things that I want to get into business, okay, from going to investing in business, is that in order to take opportunities, you need to have it to be ready. So it's better to be ready and not have any opportunity than have an opportunity present to yourself and not be ready. And so that's one of the things, that's one of the values that I live with, and I'm always getting ready. I'm always training myself. So you better be ready. And one of the things that you need in order to be ready is that you need to have desire. You need to have a desire for being successful, for doing something better, for having a better lifestyle for your family, for yourself, for achieving success, for being part of something big. You need to have that desire, because when you have that desire, then you're going to see the opportunities. But when you're comfortable where you are, then you blind yourself. You stop seeing the opportunities. And so it is very important that you check, how much desire you have. And I believe that deep down ourselves, all of us have a deep desire to achieve something, to be something great, to be somebody, to make an impact in the world, do something that really makes a difference. All of us have that desire inside ourselves, but many of us don't show it. Many of us don't even want to talk about our goals, our dreams. And I think it's because we lost our hope. We lost our hope, and sometimes we're thinking about, and I remember when I was in high school, that was like over 10 years, probably 15 years ago. When I was in high school, I remember I used to believe, and I was having a conversation with my wife actually today about that, where I used to believe that if I was presented with doing something, I wouldn't, most of the time, I wouldn't even talk to other people. I wouldn't tell yes, I can do that. Just because I wanted to be safe, and just in case that thing didn't go my way, the way that I expected, I wouldn't be embarrassed. So, maybe you have that desire of being somebody, of doing something great, making a difference, changing your life, pursuing your dreams, pursuing your passion, doing something, but maybe you're just afraid that if it doesn't work, maybe you're just afraid that if it doesn't work, then you're going to be embarrassed. So don't be embarrassed. Hey Diego, thanks for the high five. And so that part of acknowledging that you have that desire is very important. Don't be embarrassed. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't think that you're gonna embarrass yourself just because you have that desire to be successful, to achieve something. And if you do that, then you start losing hope. Then you start losing faith. What is faith? A lot of people say faith. One of my spiritual leaders say faith is believing without seeing, right? And I think that's very important. But also, I believe that faith is knowing that everything that happens around you, it's working for a reason. It's working on your favor, to help you achieve your ultimate life's purpose. I went through a lot of, just like anybody, went through a lot of things in life, okay? A lot of challenges. And you may have gone through a lot of challenges. And right now, the whole country is going through a lot of challenges. The whole world is going through a lot of challenges. But if we don't see that the things that are happening are actually things that are going to work on our favor because there's an ultimate life purpose, then you will never have the desire to reach that purpose. There's this guy that wrote this book, A Man's Search for Meaning, and I don't think that even though of what we're going through in the world, in our society, in our communities, I don't think that what we're going through, none of us will ever experience what this guy, and I forgot his name of the author, but the book is A Man's Search for Meaning, he went through, and all these Jewish people have to go through, being treated the way they've been treated by the Nazi. And none of us probably ever experienced anything like that, and none of us will never have to experience anything like that. But in the midst of all of that, he had the faith that everything was gonna work for a purpose. And for his purpose, it was to realize that people can take away things about us. The world can take things away from us. But one thing that nobody can ever take from you is your choices of your attitude. Your attitude, nobody can take away how you act, how you respond. They can try to make you feel bad. Things are going to happen that are going to, you're not going to like. But how you respond, that's up to you. That's the ultimate choice that we have. And so you need, and one of my mentors, Ed Milet, says, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So even when bad things happen, it doesn't happen to you, meaning to hurt you. It happens for you, so it can take you to a better place. And once you have this, you understand that everything is working out for a reason. And you will never understand that the reason, that the purpose, while you're going through it, you will only understand it after it happened. Maybe, and the third thing is, we need to be able to sacrifice. Unfortunately, this is a massive sacrifice for the world, for our country, for our society. But unfortunately, there has to be sacrifices always. And I'm not talking about only people, dying, because that's unfortunate. I don't wish that to anybody. But it's the sacrifices that we need to do something better. Maybe it's the sacrifice of sacrificing our ego and going and tell our families, I love you, and our friends, give them a hug. Maybe going and say, sorry, I apologize for this. Sometimes we get into our ego and we don't do those things. And then we need to sacrifice those ego. We need to make a difference. And if things don't happen, sometimes we don't get to that realization that we need to perform different in order to achieve our purpose. And our purpose, your purpose, you will only discover once you follow your passion. So it's not about it's not about following your passion, what you like, but it's about using what you're passionate about to achieve your life's purpose. So a lot of people just want to follow their passion. I used to like music, being a DJ. I wanna follow that, but that is not my purpose. When you do anything that you're passionate about, sometimes it's a little bit selfish because you're only thinking about how that makes you feel. But how about other people? I saw a post the other day, somebody that lost their job. They're in their house, and the picture looked like they were dressed very nice, and they were very sad because they lost their house. But let me tell you something. A lot of people lost their job, lost their house right now. A lot of people are crying for that. But I feel the most bad is for those people that lost somebody they loved. But let me tell you something. This is not something new. There are people that don't even have a house they could lose. There are kids in other parts of the world that don't even have a house that they could lose. They don't even have water. There are kids don't even have food. There are kids that don't even have parents. Okay? So unless you really love somebody who is dear to you, okay, a job, you can get it back. In fact, I told this guy, hey, he was the director of a company. I sent him a message and I said, you know what? It looks, the way that you wrote this, it looks that you were a great director. But let me tell you something, you don't have to feel bad about because you lost a job. You can start your own business. You can do your own business. And so, that's the same thing on you. If you lost something, if you lost a job, if you lost money in the market, you can get it back. Okay? But if you lost somebody, well, you need to take your time. I understand they might be in a better place. And also think about other people didn't even have parents to start because their parents left them. There are kids that don't have parents, or the parents died before they even got to know them. So, there's somebody out there in the world that have it worse than you. So, be grateful from where you are. One of the things that I'm grateful is for my family, for God. I gave my life to Jesus, and that's something that I really appreciate, because I didn't know it the way that I know it now. And I'm also grateful because of the opportunities that I have, because of the decisions that I take. I'm grateful about myself, the decisions that I take on having opportunities to build my own businesses. And not just because a lot of people talk about their businesses, their product, and that's the last part I want to talk about is businesses. If you're starting a business, don't get caught up on that your business is the best business or that you have the best product. You know what I'm passionate about? My team, my business, my partners. I'm passionate about that we care much more about our clients, about our team. We're a solutions-oriented business. A business that is oriented to find solutions to people, to give them a great experience, to help them, to save them money when everybody's losing in the market, their 401ks and everything. We have people that why? Because we are not a product oriented. We're not thinking about we are the best, we have the best, but the companies, our partners that we work with, they are working hard every day researching what are the right things what can help the people, what are the problems that people are having. People are losing their money on their 401ks. Well, there are solutions how they can not lose, they can protect their money, because we're looking to solve issues, to solve problems that people have there. Right now people are losing their jobs, they need an extra income. We're helping them becoming professionals. Okay, giving them an opportunity. And we went farther with that. Some of our partners donating $500,000 for all these people, everything that is going on. So, think about, mostly if you are getting into business, or if you're thinking about doing a side hustle or a part-time or doing something, don't just think about the company and about the products that they do. Think about, the people that need you, the people that need what you're doing. All right. So, hey, I know thank you so much, Marianne and Diego and my wife, Jenny. This is my first one, but I'm going to have, and also Greg was there, but I'm going to have some people that I want to bring on my channel. And for now, I want you to check out one of my blogs is called personalpowers.show. And every month I'm trying to put up some an audio in audio format in some information that has helped me growth on my personal growth, on my business, and also in investing and saving and all of that I do. All right, so keep yourself safe, have a great day, and let's talk next time.